Greetings, one and all. As well as the NHL awards that took place last night, the Vegas Expansion Draft also took place, which saw one player from every existing NHL team make the move to the new franchise in Vegas and give the Golden Knights a proper roster of players for the first time in franchise history. Let's take a look at the list of players. We will go position by position, and we shall begin with the forwards. First, we have Pierre-Edouard Bellemare, Connor Brickley, William Carrier, Cody Eakin, Eric Howler, William Karlsson, Brendan Leipsic, Oscar Lindberg, Jonathan Marchessault, James Neal, Thomas Nosek, David Perron, Teemu Pulkkinen, and Chris Thorburn. So this list of forwards looks great if the Golden Knights were looking for bottom six depth and prospects. I must admit there isn't a huge amount of superstar talent up front on this roster, and not many natural proven goal scorers at the NHL level within this list of players. James Neal is probably the only player that fits that category. Marchessault could also fit that mould since he scored 30 goals last season, but he might be a one-season wonder, so the jury's still out on him. So really, if Vegas want to be competitive from year one with the list of players they've got, they're going to need some potent goal scorers to boost this team's production. Hopefully free agent will help out with that, but time will tell. So my verdict for this group of forwards, they're not the best, they're not the worst, they're solid depth, but not enough superstars or natural goal scorers. Then defence, we have Alexei Emelin, Derek Englund, Jason Garrison, Braden McNabb, John Merrill, Mark Mathot, Colin Miller, Griffin Reinhart, Lukas Spisa, David Schlemko, Nate Schmidt, Clayton Stoner, and Trevor Van Riemsdyk. Now, the only real first pair defenseman there is Mark Mathot, and he isn't exactly the best example of a top pair guy in the league. This defenseman, or this defensive core, very much similar to the offensive group, is very mediocre in my opinion. There's some solid depth players, solid bottom pair defensemen, top four defensemen in Emelin, Schlemko, and Schmidt, but once again, the team is missing that top pair leader who will eat up minutes, put up points, and provide stability on the back end. Of course, it is difficult to find these type of players when every franchise is protecting them because they want them for themselves, but there were some better options out there that they should have picked. So my verdict for the defensive core of the Golden Knights is, once again, good depth and prospects, but no clear first pair star to hold this team and the defensive core together. Then we move on to the goaltenders of the new Golden Knights, and we have Jean-Francois Berube, Marc-Andre Fleury, and Calvin Pickard. This is clearly the strongest position out of the three, thanks to one Mr. Marc-Andre Fleury. The fact that he waived his no-movement clause so Pittsburgh could protect Matt Murray in the expansion draft shows just the type of guy Fleury is, and the sort of guy that every team wants. He's the sort of player that every team wants to have playing for their team because he puts the team first, not himself. And even though he was outshone by Murray over these last few seasons, he is still one of the best goaltenders in the league and will provide the goaltending confidence that the Golden Knights need in order to be competitive in year one of the franchise being around. Now, barring any more trades, if this team is to become a legitimate contender this year and potentially make the playoffs, Fleury will be the reason why. Pickard and Berube are pretty decent pickups too and will hopefully grow into starters once Fleury calls it a day, but Fleury is the guy that makes this team so much better. I can imagine there being a lot of games, or a handful of games, that the Golden Knights win this season because of Fleury's effort. Maybe they're not scoring enough, maybe they're not having a strong enough defensive time, but I think the fact that Fleury is there will help out this team tremendously. So my verdict on the goaltending situation, this is the best position for the Golden Knights and it looks very promising. The Golden Knights also made a plethora of trades to improve their franchise and gained some extra pieces in return for picking or not picking specific players. There were many trades that went about where it's like, here Vegas, we'll give you this pick or this round pick in the draft if you don't pick one of these two players in the expansion draft. And their gains from these sorts of trades include gaining players Shea Theodore, David Clarkson, Riley Smith, Alex Tuch, Mikhail Grabowski, Jake Bischoff, Nikita Gusev, and 10 different draft picks over the next few years. The draft picks they acquired range from first rounders in this year down to, I think, sixth rounders over the next few drafts. So they are stocking up on picks, which is good for a team just starting out. It gives them a chance to develop their own talent and have people rise up through their system and show that this franchise works. Also, they actually picked up some pretty decent players in Theodore and Riley Smith, which will help bolster their forward and defensive groups and make them more competitive in year one. My verdict with these moves, good job Vegas. Even though you gave up picking some star quality players, you got some solid talent and draft picks through incredibly one-sided trades in your favour. So nice job, lads. And there you go. What do you think about the new Vegas roster and the trades that they made? Do you think it's good, really bad, or have you had enough of hearing about Vegas? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear what you guys think. But thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Please feel free to like, subscribe, share, or watch some of my other videos. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.